Hey guys, this is Mel, and I'm here to talk about Supernatural, episode 1317, titled The Thing, which premiered Thursday, April 5th, 2018 on the CW. Now, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the episode already, please go do so first. I'm going to try to recap very quickly, then go into my thoughts about the episode, so it's very important you watch the episode first before you come check this video out. Otherwise, my other video reminders are up on screen, so take a moment to remind yourselves of those. I'm going to start with the 10-minute clock. Let's see if I can do it, and let's begin with what happened in this episode. So timeline-wise, I believe it's not long after the events of 1316. There's no indicator that I picked up on how long time-wise it's been, but I'll leave it at that. The episode reminder is that the focus is on the Seal of Solomon, one of the 4 ingredients needed to do the Rift spell. Now, the episode breakdown or the storylines, I really only picked up on 2 different storylines, and that is the first one having to deal with the mystery of Chapter House 7, which takes place in Rhode Island, and the second one being the shifting alliances within Hell. So with the first storyline, with the Chapter House 7, this one involves a tentacle god from another dimension that was first summoned in 1925, making itself known to Sam and Dean, and because of this tentacle god, the way it was brought into the town or brought into our world was with the Seal of Solomon, which was used to open the rift to bring not only it back or it forward in 1925, but to also send it back. So I'll leave that with that. Shifting alliances, we have Asmodeus changing the terms of his deal with Ketch, despite Ketch's dispute over that. We also see Asmodeus injecting himself with Gabriel's grace. In the end, we see Ketch escaping with Gabriel as well as the Archangel Blade before Ketch could really lay one on him. The last scene of the episode shows Dean and Ketch entering the rift to the Apocalypse world, as Sam stays behind with Gabriel, as well as being there just in case the door needs to be opened again. Now, tidbit-wise, though, we see at the beginning of the episode Dean still teasing Sam about Velma kissing him with the whole Jinkies reminders. We also see Dean putting sticky notes all over Sam's back as he sleeps while they're doing the whole research stuff. End tally or death tally, we see various Chapter House 7 legacies, both in the past and the present, being killed by Yokoth, which is the tentacle god that is possessing Sandy. So there's that. There's also the male customer that was at the diner. He ended up having his innards sucked out by Yokoth. That was very graphically gross. I'll leave it at that. And then also the demon guard was killed by Ketch with the Archangel Blade. So there's that. Moving on to the most shocking moment of the episode, I definitely was not expecting that we would get a tentacle god. Definitely not expecting that at all. At least they made it so that it was from another dimension, another world, but that's still bizarre. So I'll leave it at that. Moving on to top 3 favorite moments. First one for me has to be the whole research montage that we got in the bunker at the very beginning of the episode. We got to see a lot of the brotherly antics, not only with Dean's sticky notes, but also Dean falling asleep while researching, Sam going through all the work, trying to keep Dean awake and stuff. Just that whole montage of it was really great. Not only was it great to pass the time, but it was great to show us how they do their research. And it was just great to see another portion of the bunker, the archive room. So that was pretty interesting as well. Another favorite of mine has to be the fact that Gabriel was returned to Sam and Dean. That sounds bad, I know, but the fact that we got to have that little reunion and the fact that they were so surprised by it was something. So I'll leave it at that. And another favorite of mine has to be that we got to meet other legacies, that in the form of brother and sister Ophelia and Marco of Chapter House 7. I definitely wasn't expecting that. I'm glad that in their way they were being their own good guys. But it was interesting to meet them because the flashback of those legacies was definitely not painting them in a good picture. So there's that. I also forgot to say the death tally. I guess you can kind of count Sandy, because Sandy as the person died in 1925 when Yokoth took over. So I forgot that. So what that as one. But moving on to top 3 peeved moments. First one, it's a slight peeve, and that is the fact that it didn't look like Gabriel recognized Sam and Dean. I don't know if it's because maybe he was resurrected by God with like a brand new slate, completely new, doesn't know anyone he met in his previous life, or if he was truly that traumatized by Asmodeus to not even recognize Sam and Dean, and he just sees everyone as like the enemy or something. So I don't know, but it's still sad regardless, because he still had his mouth shut. It was just still really weird to not hear Gabriel talk so much, and just to have him whimpering and being all scared. That was a sad sight. So I'll leave that with a peeve. And another peeve of mine is the fact that Dean has to rely on Ketch and going to the Apocalypse world. And now, while it makes sense that Sam has to stay behind just in case Dean needs him to open the door in case he runs out of time, and like he's his insurance policy, I just hate the fact that Dean has to rely on Ketch on the other side. It's like, yeah, you don't care if he dies, but that can be the exact same way. Ketch could not care if Dean dies. So it's like that, and I'm not really looking forward to any future encounter with Ketch and Mary. I don't want that at all. So there's that. Moving on to what will I remember most when I look back on this episode, I think it has to be the fact that Ketch returned Gabriel to the Winchesters. Again, that sounds bad, but I'm definitely going to remember that for sure. But moving on to random questions. First one, I guess you could say, is how did Ketch get into the bunker? Because I am still under the impression that Sam and Dean have the only key that could get into the bunker. And since Ketch is no longer part of the British Men of Letters, or I don't think there's any of them in America, then how did he get into the bunker if Sam and Dean aren't there to let him in? So that's something right there, unless he knows another way to get in without a key, which is disturbing in itself, because I'm pretty sure they would have locked that place tight if they're going to leave. And then that also brings the question, because then Castiel got into the bunker in the previous episode without Sam and Dean being there, and I would assume that he didn't have the key. The Winchesters had the key. So it's just, I'm wondering how these people are able to get into the bunker if they're not with Sam and Dean when they do it. So there's that. Also, leading to the next question, where was Castiel in this episode? What was he doing? Where was he? I mean, we can't just have him in the Scooby-Doo episode and then have his disappearance be gone and stuff. So there's that. Moving on to predictions very quickly. Based off the promo for 1318, it looks like Castiel hears of Dean's time in the Apocalypse world, and his reaction to it is like spot on my reaction. He's like, anyways. And then we also see Dean and Ketch infiltrating a soldier camp in the Apocalypse world. And somehow, I'm wondering, but they did show emphasis on a certain redhead prisoner being manhandled by some guards. Now, I'm wondering, could that redhead be Charlie? They didn't show the face. You can't really tell if it's a boy or girl, but I'm pretty sure with the hair as long as it was, it's a possibility, since she does tend to cut her hair and everything to different lengths. So I'm wondering, could we see Charlie again? Anyways, synopsis for the episode reads that Lucifer rules over heaven, but things aren't going exactly as planned, exasperating or infuriating his First Lady Jo. Sam and Castiel are perplexed by the return of Gabriel. Meanwhile, Dean gets one step closer to finding Mary and Jack. So we're going to see 3 different storylines going on in this episode. I can already say that. The happenings of heaven, happenings in the bunker, as well as the Apocalypse world stuff. So there's that. So moving on to news, it was announced on April 2nd, 2018, that Supernatural was renewed for season 14. Hooray! I'm so excited for that. I can't wait to see what they have planned for next year, as well as where they're going to leave us off with this year's finale, because they're definitely going to leave us off with a cliffhanger. How could they not? But I really hope that they do get Mary and Jack back before the finale happens. So I'm really hoping in the next episode we do see Dean returning with Mary and Jack. So there is that. But otherwise, I don't really have any other predictions from that. But what did you guys think of the episode? What did you guys like about it? What do you think is going to happen next? Let me know in the comments down below. Love to hear your own thoughts, theories, and opinions about what you think is going to happen next. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. If you want, check out my Tumblr page. The link for that is down below. I read blog promos, web clips, quotes, gifs, synopses, news, all that good stuff, all found in one place, so go check it out. I'm really behind, but eventually it will all be found in that one place. It's also connected to my WordPress, which everything I post online is connected to, so go check the link down below as well. I also have a Livejournal entry for the episode. It will be up soon, but it details the episode with dot note recaps as I watch it for the first time with my in-moment thoughts and all that. It keeps everything in order for me, as I tend to reorder things unnecessarily in my head. But just keep things in track, as well as some quotes and stuff. So if it helps you out, go check that out as well. But otherwise, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your patience. I hope you come back next time to see what they say about the next episode. But until then, guys, this is Mel. Wish you all a great day, great week, wherever you are. Bye for now, and I beat the timer. Bye.